had a connection problem there. Hey everybody, welcome back to Office Hours with Father Stu. It's good to be with you back again for another Friday. I hope you're doing well and continuing to enjoy the Easter season. Today, oh boy, you really get a good shot of my shelf there. That might be better than any you've had before with the Matlock photo. Maybe I'll do a tour of that shelf another day. Oh, somebody's knocking at the door. Hello? Somebody here? I thought I heard somebody knock. Hello? Oh, goodness me.
You
Look
are
at
here.
this. Oh, hey. Hey, come on in, Max.
Oh,
Oh, it's good to see you there.
it's good to see you too. How are you?
I'm just doing office hours here with the people and, seeing what's up. Welcome.
Okay.
Come on in here. Take a seat. Oh, it's good. I had a chair there. I'm glad you. So, what's going on with you today?
This is office hours, so I thought
Yeah.
about bringing. What kinds of homework can you help me with?
What kinds of homework? Well, look, I've got all kinds of knowledge. A wide variety of things: economics, history, that kind of thing.
Advanced chemistry, partial
Okay.
differential equations.
Partial differential is fine. I can't do the full differentiation. I can do the partial though. That's fine.
Molecular genetics.
Yeah, molecular's okay. Again, that one's fine. It's just other kinds of genetics sometimes are challenged. But yeah, okay. Is that it?
Well, actually,
So far, this is perfectly achievable. So I can't see any reason why I don't. So far, this is fine. I don't think there's a problem here. What else is going on?
Well, honestly, the bigger problem I have is. So you know all this.
Yeah.
You wouldn't happen to know anything about girls, would you?
Oh wow, right out with it. Did you hear that? There was a certain. Can you phrase that? So would I know anything about girls? Yeah.
Well, sorry. You
Yeah.
probably they probably all have hair and two eyes.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, really nice. Yeah. Okay, thanks.
But like.
Yeah.
I'm sure you have like dating advice.
Oh,
were
dating
you
advice,
born a
wow.
priest?
Oh, this is a good point. In fact, I was left in a basket on the steps of St. Paul's College, the Paulus Seminary, in 1984. I don't know if you were aware of that. That's basically how that went down. So it's been a lifetime of this. No, of course not. What's the matter with you? What's the matter with you, for crying out loud?
Who would leave a baby with a bunch of priests?
I know, I was just left there just to, they had a good food situation, it was nice entertainment, there was stuff to do, there was a lot to read, so it was a good setup. No, of course that's not what happened, you character. That's not at all what happened. Of course, I'd be happy to talk about this subject. So really, I think what we're getting into might be, so this is dating advice, right?
Yeah.
That's what we're into, is like, how do you date? How do you go about that? Yeah, that's the issue.
Got a calendar.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, what would be your approach if you were, what's
Today is February.
what's the best?
Today is April 13th.
April 13th.
Friday
so
the
Friday
13th.
the 13th. Okay.
So I've got a date.
Okay. All
Now
right.
I've got a date.
All right. You have
Right?
one
Isn't that how that works?
No, I don't know if that's how that
Okay.
works. I think you have to involve like another person type of thing.
Right.
It's sort of
Gross.
there's a mutuality there. Yeah. Sort of. Yeah. So otherwise, you'd usually find that person. You'd say,
Okay.
hey, I'm checking to see how you would do it. Otherwise, you'd say, hey, do you want to play Scrabble
No,
later tonight?
that
Is that
sounds
what
up
you
my
would
alley.
say?
That's
Okay,
not-
that could be up your alley. That's wonderful.
I'm terrible.
That's where I would be coming from. Yeah. Okay, you're terrible at the Scrabble.
Well,
or-
no, I'm
yeah.
terrible at the Scrabble. Therefore, they would
Yeah.
always feel good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have to let them win.
They'd feel affirmed in their intelligence because. Okay,
Of
I
the
get you.
superior
I want-
Scrabbleosity.
All right, I don't want to put words in your mouth and say, All right, so that's how you would approach it. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. You'd be direct about it, or would this be a text message, or would you just approach a person, a girl, and say, hey, would you like to do this? Is that what you would do?
I mean, if it were me, I would probably it would probably be someone who I spend a lot of time with and whom I would see anyways.
Lovely.
But
yeah.
I would probably need some sort of resource
Okay.
to investigate.
This is great. This is great. So, before I go any further, I like what I'm hearing. And so in terms of dating advice, find someone you would like to date. Okay, that's a good
First
step.
step.
A sense of interest, some commonalities. Someone that you'd actually like to spend a little more time with. So that's a good step. This sense of not putting it off constantly, that's too easy. We say, boy, I'll ask tomorrow. or I'll ask the day after, or today's not a good day, you know, they're not in a good mood, whatever. You know, just to ask politely, would you like to do this, that, or the other thing? So that makes sense. Usually you want to do something that's not going to take too much time. You know, a game of Scrabble's not too bad, I suppose, but you can't talk a lot. But, you know, somewhere you can exchange some basic data and information. So that's why I guess coffee has become popular. Do you drink coffee?
Yes.
You do.
By necessity.
Okay. By necessity?
By necessity.
Well, that's rather shocking. I don't...
Don't you go to college?
I don't drink a lot of coffee, so what's going to happen to me? I'm a tea man, though. So
Okay.
I get into the tea. If the person that you're asking is into tea, you know, come back to me, and then I can tell you. I can give you some resources on the tea. So
there,
that's
like,
sort
tea
of
shops?
There are tea shops. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. So that determined amount of time, you know, and then at the end to kind of be honest and just say, hey, you want to do this again or not? You know, at no point wasting time. Just you know, see where it goes. You know, so that's like the general outline, I guess, of my approach. It's all just pretty casual and polite and open and honest, and do something fun and not, you know, don't have all this pressure and build up. I guess that's what I'm saying. So that's where I would begin. However, you mentioned something, you know, you wish there was like a resource out there or something, right? Is that what I hear you saying?
Like a textbook.
Is that what I hear you saying right now? Okay.
Do you guys have a textbook?
So, I haven't yet written a textbook, despite this you know, large amount of information that I've given you. And there's more wisdom to be had, perhaps. There is, however, and this is not at all what this has all been building towards, but there does happen to be a film called The Dating Project. Okay, The Dating Project. Have you heard of this film? Wow. Have you heard of this film? It sounds great, doesn't it?
It sounds like what I need.
I think the title itself should grab you because, you know, dating nowadays, it can be hard, man, and it's not always done in the healthiest of ways. Sometimes we want, you know, to kind of have that sense of connection with people, but, you know, you don't want to. People aren't necessarily investing the kind of time that it takes to get to know somebody, and just to take it slowly, one step at a time, you know. And so, The Dating Project is a new film co-produced by Paulist Productions. Did you know that? So I'm a Paulist father. Did you know that Paulist had a production company?
Yes.
All right. Well, there's nothing else I
sorry.
can say after that. No.
Because Father Tom came and I saw
That's right.
I saw the Paulist history video.
That's right. Now I've got to make sure I tag Father Tom Gibbons in this so he knows that connection, because the Paulists do make movies and Father Tom Gibbons is involved in that. And so we co-produced this documentary film called The Dating Project. And part of what the inspiration of that was this professor, I believe at Boston College, who invited her students, instead of whatever forms of dating are out there, instead of using Tinder or Bumble or, you know, whatever you're going to use, why not just, basically it's an old-fashioned way of doing things. And what she did, she gave her students these rules, these parameters. And so some of these might sound common sense and familiar, kind of the sort of thing that I would recommend. I'll go through these quickly here. Ask in person. So we talked about that. So it's like no text messages, no Facebook, no Snapchat. Do you use Snapchat?
I do Snapchat.
You do Snapchat?
My snaps aren't great, but like,
yeah.
I'm out there.
Okay. Yeah, I don't snap currently. I don't know what's in my future. No Instagram either. Face-to-face, eye-to-eye, IRL. That means in real life. And within 3 days. So that gets to that thing I was saying of don't keep putting it off. Waiting longer creates unnecessary anxiety, invites drama. We don't want hashtag drama in our lives. And sets the stage for unsolicited opinions and advice. So like just get to it. Don't keep putting it off. A romantic interest. So that's the basic one. You know, finding someone that you'd like to spend some more time with. You know, and just think possible, not soulmate. You don't have to immediately think, oh, I can marry this person. You don't know. It's the first date, for crying out loud. You know, don't have all that pressure.
Okay.
Somebody new, so that's like somebody that you've never dated before. So it's self-explanatory.
And these are the professor's rules?
These are the professor's rules. Yeah, I should clarify. These are the rules that were given to her students to attempt this. That's the project, the dating project, if you will. And be open and honest, so we mentioned that. You know, make sure you're both clear that this is an attempt at a date, you know, however it goes. Only 45 to 90 minutes. So that's not a ton of time. I don't know. Is that reasonable to you? Does that make sense?
I'd spend 45 minutes with almost anyone.
Oh, I love that. That's a nice, yeah, I like that. Because you can always learn. It's always, however it goes, it's nice to learn other things about people and, you know, they inspire you. Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm an extrovert. I love that sort of stuff.
Oh, right. Okay. That's the difference between you and I. Only 45 to 90 minutes. Leave them wanting more. That's this little thing. Make a plan. So not just like, what do you want to do? Say no. We're going to Fazoli's at. Have you ever been to that place, Fazoli's?
I hear it's around here.
I don't know if that'd be a first date because it has endless breadsticks, so you can order your pasta and then you can just have endless breadsticks. That might break the 45 to 90 minutes. That's about like taking initiative, basically.
Okay.
Taking initiative. You ask, you pay. So if you ask the person on the date, then you're going to make the investment. And say, hey, you're going to, thanks for your time. Let's. I'll put them greenbacks down. But only $10. That's the rule that this professor says. What do you think of that? $10. That's reasonable. Right?
Kind of a cheap date.
Okay, yeah.
I've been on other dates where you've spent like 12, with tip and everything.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think the what does she say here?
Which I guess keeps expectations low, right? It doesn't put any unnecessary pressure.
Excellent. No, see, that's exactly it. Because it's not like that you're buying the other person's time. Just a gesture of it's nice to be out with you. I think that's what you're saying with that. No touchy, she says. That's number 10. An A-frame hug at the end of the date is far enough. That's like for a first date. Yeah. Okay. What else here? Tell 3 people. Cold feet happen, but it's less likely if you've got support. Only 3 teammates, though. TMZ is everywhere. I guess that's to say, it could be, you don't want like friend paparazzi, taking photos and doing the hashtag Timko date or whatever it is. It's like, don't follow, just let it be. Is that right? That makes sense to you, right?
I can start a hashtag?
Oh, no. I'm not.
Timko date?
I'm saying, I'm not saying I'm going to start a hashtag based on your story. I say, well, if you think it'd be funny, I'll do
only
it.
3 friends. Only 3 friends.
Yeah, 3 friends. So that it's not that they're coming along because this is number 12 and the final. Go alone. So don't have all these other people intruding on the conversation. Just be with that person and learn about them and ask questions. That's probably one of my bigger dating advice things, actually, to be honest. Just keep asking questions and and let things flow naturally. And eventually they'll ask you questions, and that's all good. So that's where I would go. So those are like tips from the professor that inspired this whole thing. So I don't know. What do you think of those? Generally, do they sound good? I mean, what's your impression?
I mean, they sound super doable.
They sound doable.
They sound like
that's huge. Yeah.
I think you could walk up. Yeah, I think you could walk up, and that would be a very reasonable expectation. Mm-hmm. I mean,
okay.
It said that they had to be someone new, right?
Yeah.
So if you're approaching someone new, I don't know. It's also nice to have boundaries like that and have communication.
Yeah. No, that's good. Yeah, because you could try to avoid like some of that ambiguity or are we going doing this as friends or are we, just say, hey, no, actually, this would be a date and, So, okay, that's good. So it sounds doable. That's what Max says. I think it sounds so too. I'm looking forward to seeing this thing. So it's the Dating Project, and it happens on April 17th at 7 p.m. And it's what's called a Fathom event. So it's at like a bunch of AMC theaters across the country. I put the link to the film in the description here, so you can just click on that and you can watch the preview. You can find out about where to get tickets and that kind of thing. Here at the Newman Center, we still have, the Paulus Fathers went ahead and acquired some tickets for distribution among our community. So if you're interested in a free ticket, I've still got some left. Just come into the office, drop me a note, something like that, let me know, and I'd be happy to, get you set up. Otherwise, thanks for being on Office Hours, Max. I appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely.
What good fortune that you dropped by. On your own, without any coordination whatsoever.
Nope.
Oh man, what a joy!
Spontaneous.
Yeah, and if you're a student out there watching this, I hope you drop by sometime soon too. Happy to see you. Happy to hang out and chat about the what? Don't give me that look. Happy to chat. Happy to hang out and chat about the the things of life, or what was the thing? The partial different. Partial. The what?
Diffie-Q, partial differentials.
Whether your differential is partial or not, or full differential, I'm
We're
here.
gonna have a different kind of time here.
We'd have a different kind of time. That could be an interesting office hours discussion for nobody. All right, so no, I'm just kidding. For a lot of people, for a lot of people who are interested in those things, we could have that discussion, and then we can talk about Canadian history, which is your favorite subject.
Yes.
That seemed like genuine interest to me. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, when the Maple Leafs took over the Sycamores.
All right, so we got to get going here. We'll thank you for tuning into Office Hours. God bless and love you and keep you, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.